Hi everyone and welcome back to our Horse Ranch mini-series. It's another early morning at the ranch and Jessie is taking care of Bullseye. Did you really have to slam that door into my face? Really? Well, this area seems to be quite busy, so I guess that interruption was worth it because Antonia is also taking care of the sheep and goats, and Jessie's probably gonna go riding with Bullseye once he is all good, which I think, oh, you're tired. Never mind. I guess we can't really go anywhere, so we're gonna let you rest for a bit. I don't think that he really sleeps at night, which is a little bit annoying. Oh, and while we wait for Bullseye to rest, I need to show you quite a few things around the ranch. Look how different it looks. I don't think that you've seen any of these changes. So, because we got these little guys at the end of last episode, I am keeping them fenced in right now because I don't want to lose them. In my Cry Whims series, I had chickens in my Gen 2 and they weren't fenced in, so I lost like half of them because they wandered off the lot and I couldn't bring them back. So they are currently fenced into their little area, but I feel kind of bad for them. So I decided to fence in the entire area, the entire ranch, but I couldn't afford to do these side fences quite yet. So once that is finished eventually, and this is kind of blocked off as well, I'll be able to let them roam around. But for now, they're in their little area. I think that they're pretty happy here, but I just kind of feel bad for them. But yeah, I moved them here because they were all the way in the back here, I think. The house is, I think, at the same place, but I moved Bullseye's area here and added this path, obviously this fencing, the garden is moved here. I have big plans for this ranch. I think it's gonna be beautiful. It's just gonna take a while to get there because currently we have like no money. I had to spend everything, so that is kind of a bummer, which is reminding me, since Jessie, you're not doing anything and Antonia is busy, I might as well actually send you to do some community work here at the board. Let's see, some community jobs that don't require Bullseye because he needs to rest. So you could be doing some training a neighbor's horse, which you've done already before you even had your own training, and it went kind of okay. Maybe you would be kind of better at this because I think that Jessie's horse riding is at level 3 now. Oh, and yeah, for all of the other ones, we actually need Bullseye to be present, so I'm not gonna bother him while he's resting. He needs to be feeling a little bit better. Let's just do some training of the horse. Hopefully it's gonna go okay. So Jessie is on their way to their, I guess, second ever community job. We did do that one in, I think, episode 2 or something, so I'm hoping that this one will at least go a little bit better. And meanwhile, Antonia is just on her own, dancing in the house, not really knowing what to do with herself because this lifestyle is still pretty new for Antonia. But I guess I'm gonna have you craft some nectar. Oh, we don't have ingredients, but you did start keeping yourself busy with that, I think, last time, so let's just do a bit of nectar just so you have something to do, and eventually we'll get a decent amount of money. Right now our nectar bottles that we have are not really that great. We have this, oh, it's actually lightly aged, so we have one lightly aged excellent apple nectar, so I'm thinking that's gonna be worth a lot in a couple of days. And we have 2 grape nectars that are not aged yet and they're normal quality. Oh, but you're not doing that well. You kind of need to be practicing this a little bit more. How is your skill in that, by the way? Not even level 2, so you need to be working on that quite a lot more. So instead of dancing, how about you dance in this nectar making contraption and earn us some money, hopefully. And actually, one more money making thing would be milking the goats and shearing the sheep, because we can at least get a little bit from them. They are so cute, although I kind of wish we had like proper size ones as well, not just the mini ones. And I like that Woody likes them as well. He seems to be spending a lot of time with them in this little enclosure, which is pretty funny. All of the animals seem to be hanging out quite a lot. I don't know if it's kind of like updated that animals interact with each other more, but I've definitely noticed that all of them are building some kind of relationships. But Antonia, since you don't really have that much to do, I'm gonna have you at least text all of your friends because you haven't seen them in a bit, and they were always so close, but now it kind of seems that they're drifting apart slightly because it's a little bit inconvenient. Oh, Theresa's calling. This is probably important, right? I accidentally set her up with Jessie's brother without even realizing, and apparently it was a great date. So now I kind of have to think about whether I should work on splitting them up. Is it too awkward? Should I leave it? Is that kind of like Carson redemption arc? I don't know. So I need to think about it, and also if you have any suggestions, let me know. Oh, and speaking of your suggestions, if you have names for these little fellas, let me know as well. I couldn't really think of anything, so I need 4 names for these little creatures, so if you have anything, let me know. know. Oh, Jessie is back from their job and they earned 156 simoleons. Not really ideal, definitely not the max that they could have earned. I think it was around 200 that they could have earned, so something definitely went a little bit wrong. But I am going to have you go and wake up Bullseye because I'm pretty sure that Bullseye is doing pretty excellent in every category, so you should mount him definitely. Hopefully he's not going to block you off. Hopefully you two are good enough friends now. I think that they're kind of getting on well. They're almost like full at the friendship bar. Okay, it looks like it went well, so let's go for an energetic ride because I think that you should be ready for that. Although Jessie is looking still quite uncomfortable riding, but I think that they will get used to it relatively quickly. It just needs some more practice, which is understandable. But hopefully this isn't going like too fast for them. Oh, what is this? Oh no. I know that this is one of my sims, so I just got really confused. But we are getting the money call. Really? I mean, yeah, we are kind of broke, so it makes sense. You usually get this when you are broke. I know what to say to get the money. We should be saying under what conditions to get 2,500, but I usually try to do this in a less sneaky way. It's a little bit more fun to try to guess what the sim that is getting the call would say. And since Jessie is just so excited about their life completely changing and things finally going the way that they want to, they're living with their partner on a ranch they're building, they're having like a horse and starting their own dream life essentially. They're just super excited and they know that they need money to develop that further, and also they're just so excited they're not even like thinking about things. They're just like, oh my gosh, I have a ranch, I have this, I have this, I have this, and now also, oh, I'm gonna get some more money, that's great. She wouldn't really think about any of that. Money doesn't just come for free, but Jessie's not even considering any of that right now, so she'd definitely say, yep, give me the money, I want some money right now, which definitely comes with a consequence, and the consequence is Jessie needs to get married within 7 days, which is obviously making them really tense because like they just started living with their girlfriends. They don't honestly know each other that well either because they mostly just dated kind of like secretly online. They haven't really seen each other that much while they were dating, and now they had to jump into living together because of circumstances. So getting married is not like a really logical step, so they will have to think about it and they will have to talk. I don't think that it's a good idea, but I guess we'll see what happens with that. But for now, I'm just gonna let Jessie and Bullseye practice because they both need to be building their horse riding and endurance, and then later, if Bullseye is still gonna be feeling good, you just reach endurance level 3, that is great. But if Bullseye will still be feeling good later, I think I want to do some agility or jumping because I want to try out some competitions later, but they're not really ready yet. Well, you have no agility, which we should definitely be working on then, and jumping is gonna be coming next because endurance is okay, temperament is great. I am kind of thinking that I want to work on endurance the most with Bullseye because he is a free spirit, so I think that he likes to go and run and just kind of be free, but with Jessie. But I am kind of thinking that we should be working on endurance with Bullseye because that seems to be fitting him the most. Oh my gosh, no way. I was just gonna go check on Antonia because I did have her make some— oh my gosh, is Hazel pregnant again? Really? Wow, your mother just can't stop having babies. Oh, she's feeling very embarrassed. Is she feeling embarrassed because she's pregnant for like the 10th time? We cannot discuss expanding the family. Actually, what do you say when you're like pregnant already? I am kind of curious. Let's do this little science experiment. I'm glad you brought this up. Oh no, I thought that she was gonna say, well, I'm pregnant already. Uh-oh. Okay, please don't have another one immediately after this one because that would be a lot. Let's just check these two. Oh, I think you might actually be going home. Okay, no, you're just spinning. Oh my gosh. Okay, please stop. Please stop spinning. Why are you spinning? This is definitely a new trick that they practiced without me approving it. Oh my gosh, please stop spinning. At least Antonia is having some company because she is kind of alone while Jessie is just out doing her own thing, which kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Oh, Jessie is home. That was actually a lot quicker than I thought. Well, you take care of yourself then. I would like to have you catch up with these two, but unfortunately you just don't really have that much time. But I don't think that Jessie really minds because she is very happy, just ecstatic about being like outside in the scenery with Bullseye, so I don't think that she really misses the company that much anyway. Oh, good job on keeping yourself hydrated, Bullseye. I've never seen him drink water before, so this is kind of fun. Well, other than that, how are you feeling? Energy good and hygiene good. Okay, we need to clean you up a little bit, and then I wish you could like direct him to go to sleep, but these little guys need a lot of help. All right, since Antonia is busy catching up with Hazel, Jessie, I'm gonna have you take care of these little fellas because this is just sad. There are a lot of things to do on this ranch, so yeah, maybe I will sometimes forget about some little chores. Unfortunately, the little chores in question were these guys. Hazel is leaving. She is relatively heavily pregnant in her first trimester still, but okay. So yeah, she's probably not going to be staying for very long, which means that Antonia is just kind of bored. You are energized, so I'm going to send you maybe on a jog because there's not really that much that you need to be doing at home since Jessie is taking care of everything, and Jessie was kind of feeling desperate to do that anyway, so I think that they're just enjoying the amount of work that they're having, so it's okay. Look at Woody observing Jessie doing this. That is so funny. You're not going to be getting any grass. You're going to be throwing up from that. Please don't do that. Oh, and there's a lot of grass to harvest. I did not even realize. I guess Bullseye is not really doing a good job of trimming it, which is good because we can find stuff in that, so I don't really mind that much. I want to do some agility training, I think. Although Jessie's getting a little bit tired, but I definitely still want to do that just for a little bit, just so we kind of start it, so we're not on 0 in the morning. Wait, why are you not on Bullseye? Why are you going to like practice barrels by yourself? Are you just gonna be running around them by yourself? Jessie is super angry that Bullseye ditched her. I am not surprised because that was just rude. All right, Jessie is still feeling very tense about getting married for money. I did not even think about that, and they haven't mentioned it to Antonia because they haven't really spoken today that much because Jessie is just so busy. I don't think they even really said a word to each other, which is a little bit sad because like they live together and they haven't really spoken. Oh, and Antonia actually is in bed already before even getting a chance to catch up with Jessie about their day. Well, what can I say? Ranch life is difficult and it is really busy, but that's exactly what Jessie wanted, so I don't think that at least Jessie sees any kind of problem with it. You did just reach horse riding level 4, which is pretty great. I don't think that we'll push this until Bullseye is on agility level 2 because that's gonna take a while, so we probably should be going to sleep really soon. But Jessie's getting tense because the ranch needs me. Jessie can't help but feel like the ranch is falling apart. See, Jessie is loving being super busy and constantly doing stuff, even when they're like so exhausted and it's like midnight. Yeah, it is midnight. We kind of need to be going home. Well, it's another early morning at the ranch. It is raining today, however, so I don't think that we'll be really training with Bullseye that much, but maybe we can do some more community jobs. I'm gonna have Jessie take care of themselves first and then we'll see what we'll do. How are the goats and sheep doing? They are doing good, at least they're not stinking and the food is full. Oh, but I just realized that it's so unfair that Bullseye has a roof over his enclosure, but they don't have a roof on theirs. I need to fix that really quickly. Okay, there we go. That's taken care of now, and that is a lot more fair now, definitely. And these two are chatting, having breakfast together, maybe give them some food. But since Jessie is still here, I'm gonna wake up Antonia and go have her take care of herself, and maybe they'll have some time to catch up before Jessie needs to run off. Oh no, but Jessie just finished eating. Okay, I'm gonna have to send you out then to do everything because you need to be refilling this feed and seeing how the animals are doing, at least socialize with them because they don't really need to be eating or anything right now. So do some pets, do some cuddles, make them happy. So after everyone is happy, you should be shearing them and everything because that is still like some money. I want to check if we can join a competition. If not, we'll try to do something else because it is rainy. I don't think that either of them would really want to be out riding while it's not really looking great. But I want to check really quickly because I want to test out competitions. Do we have enough skills to do any of that? So for barrels, you need 3 agility levels. Really? Wow, that is actually kind of a lot. For endurance, you need jumping. We don't have any jumping, I don't think. For jumping, obviously, we don't have jumping. What is this Western pleasure though? Just like a bunch of everything, I guess. But you need more agility. Oh, we are really not ready for any sort of competition, so we kind of need to be practicing. And I'm really hoping that this will go kind of well. He isn't even on halfway through to level 2, but I will try to leave them to get to that point today, and then we can work on jumping next because I want him to be relatively well-rounded, although I am focusing on endurance, but it looks like he needs these other skills as well. And what are you doing, Antonia? Just reading something with some music on. Oh, that's nice, but I'm gonna have you maybe also text your friends, chat with your cousin. Oh, well, text Theresa definitely to ask how things they're going. Oh, Jessie, you are uncomfortable because you're wet in the rain. Well, I knew that this would happen, but it looks like Bullseye is almost going to be on level 2 of agility, and you still have this getting married for money, 4 more days left, but you haven't talked to Antonia in like 2 days. That's crazy. They live together, they sleep in the same bed, and they haven't spoken to each other once since we started the episode, which is honestly kind of crazy. I'm not even actively doing it, it's just that Jessie is always on the go and doing something. Poor Antonia just spends her time at home like talking to friends or whatever to just fill her days with something. I did just miss Bullseye reaching agility level 2, so that's a bit annoying, but he got there, so we are good. Let me just check the competitions really quickly. So when it comes to barrel racing, oh, you need level 3. Okay, well, that kind of makes sense. We can go for this one, and I think that we should be kind of okay because they have horse riding and temperaments a little bit more than required, but agility is just there, so I don't think that we'll really reach the first spot. Maybe second if we're lucky, but probably maybe third. And entry fee is 100. Hopefully we'll earn something back. Jessie is definitely not in a great mood. They are feeling kind of tense about that marriage thing and also just lack of stuff happening. Apparently they want even more things to be doing, so maybe they will love going to this competition, but right now they're feeling a little bit tense, but hopefully this will make them feel a little bit better if they perform well. Antonia is still just walking around. Maybe I should invite your mother because you are feeling super bored. And oh, actually Hazel is kind of nearby. Super far. Super far. That's actually ridiculously far. Okay, not really. I think that Hazel was actually kind of on the way, so I can't even invite you over. That's a little bit annoying, but let me just then go and chat with you outside. Oh, and oh my gosh, this happened really quickly. I thought that they would be on this competition for a while, but it looks like Jessie and Bullseye got their first ever silver medal. So that is really good, and you can participate in intermediate difficulty of this competition. Well, Jessie is still not looking that impressed, but you know what? I'm not impressed either because you know what I have just realized? I've used the wrong G-shade for this entire episode. So don't mind me just switching to the one that I usually use for this because I just realized that oh, something just looks so wrong, and now it looks more right. Okay, sorry about switching midway through, but I just wanted to show it because stuff like that happens sometimes. But Antonia is kind of saying I'm not really doing that well. I'm not that happy at home. I've been feeling a little bit lonely, a little bit neglected. It hasn't really been that fun. So she's asking Hazel, do you have any ideas how I could let Jessie know that I'm not really doing that well? I'm not that happy. Things have been a little bit stale, a little bit boring. I did let them enjoy their time, but now it feels like it's a little bit too much. Oh, and Hazel just has had enough. She's like, I don't need this stress. I'm pregnant. Hazel's like, you're on your own, kid. You're in this relationship. You jumped into it. I wanted to help you, but you got yourself in this mess. Oh, you're thinking about llamas. Are you thinking about Carson? Because he is in llama business. You should be maybe chatting with Theresa then. But Hazel is like, look, it's your relationship. I'm trying to help you out, but it's not really my call to tell you if you should do something, if you should even like break it off or something. You're an adult now. You should be making your own decisions, which is fair. That is fair. She can't really be running to her mom for some kind of help with those things. So if you want Jessie to pay more attention to you, you should be the one letting her know. So maybe think about that. Oh, and Jessie, I just realized that you actually have like a trophy in your inventory. Let's put that on your bedroom wall, and hopefully you'll actually be expanding this collection quite a bit. But right now you have a lot of more stuff to do. There's more grass to harvest. There's just like no breaks ever. You have stuff to do constantly, so I'm gonna have you harvest all of that, I guess. I really thought you finally had like 5 seconds to relax, maybe catch up with your girlfriend finally, but apparently not. And Jessie doesn't mind. She is super energized. She is super on it. She just wants to be doing stuff, which yeah, okay, I'm gonna let you do that then. Oh, and Hazel is calling you. Interesting. Okay, well, it's not really anything that she talked about with Antonia, unfortunately. So Hazel has decided to stay away from the situation, not just to look after herself during pregnancy, but also, yeah, my daughter is an adult. She should be be dealing with her relationship stuff on her own, which is fair. So, okay, Hazel's not gonna get involved, but you wanted to get to know Juniper as a friend a little bit better. That's actually a good point, because Jessie wanted to get to know Juniper as well. So you should go for it, which is reminding Jessie that like, oh yeah, I wanted to get to know Juniper as well. I wanted to get to know like a lot of locals. So maybe I should be working on that. I haven't really been out in the town. So how about I go do some of that just as Antonia came back home, which kind of sucks. I'm kind of thinking that Antonia was hoping, well, it's raining, surely Jessie will come back inside really quickly and then we'll be able to catch up. But Jessie had other plans. Since Hazel did just remind Jessie that like all of the people around them outside of the ranch exist, Jessie decided to go to a local nightclub since we did go to the bar already, so we might as well check out other places. And bringing Antonia is not really crossing Jessie's mind, unfortunately. She's just so in her own world right now that she didn't even think about bringing Antonia. They haven't seen each other all day, so she kind of just forgot, maybe thought Antonia was just busy with something, maybe hasn't even realized that Antonia is back in the house. So Jessie's gonna go alone to this nightclub. Oh, and this place is actually so cute. I haven't seen this lot before. And while you're here, you might as well just start introducing yourself to people. That's kind of like part of the reason why I got here. So introduce yourself here to Bo, one of my Animal Crossing sims that I made like ages ago when I first started, actually before I even started the channel. So he just pops in some saves sometimes, which is pretty fun, and he actually really fits this theme. That is so funny. It is kind of awkward. I'm noticing that Jessie has awkward encounters with most people, so although Jessie is trying to build out their social life and their social skills and whatnot, it's still like a little bit difficult, which is okay. I guess some people just have a bit of a more difficult time with that. But I'm gonna have you go dance after you finish eating so you can have a bit of fun and get to know more people, do some more introductions to everyone that you don't know. I guess that it would be really good for people to know you so they know of you, because you want to be this really well-known rancher and everything, but right now people really just don't know about you because you're not really in the spotlight that much, but you should be if you want to be really popular. So get to know everyone, introduce yourself, let people know about you. And I'm sure that people have been kind of curious about these new people that have moved into this ranch that has been abandoned for a while, and now they're kind of like building it up. People have started to talk, people have started to notice, so absolutely maybe do some like share some photos of look how the progress is coming along, we have this new horse and we're building things out. Maybe you can also start asking about other sims that you have met and stuff. Maybe ask about Danny, for example. Oh, I've seen this person around, who are they? And this person, who are they? Just try to get to know the locals as much as you can. Oh no, Jessie just developed a fear of crowded places. Yeah, this probably is super overwhelming for them because they probably didn't expect this many people in this like small little local quaint nightclub, even though it is a nightclub, but still you wouldn't really expect this place to be popping off this much, would you? I'm still having Jessie do somehow the introduction, although it is going kind of slowly because they are feeling a little bit tense and kind of awkward because there's just way too many sims, and I kind of agree, there's a lot more than I expected, but it is going kind of okay and they are hopefully having fun. Their social and fun is like all the way up, so that is pretty great, but you are getting super tired, so we probably shouldn't be staying for like too long, so just see if there's anyone else that you want to get to know. Oh, you like dancing? Okay, I guess that this night was great then. You don't like crowds, but you like dancing. Look at the people going crazy. Wow. Oh, and someone just aged up into an elder. I guess it's really popping off because it was this person's birthday party. Alright, that's kind of making a little bit more sense now, but wow, they are just so into it. I love that so much. You're not really finding any like actual connections and friends. I don't think that Jessie... Oh my gosh, Kelsey and Dylan just started a pregnancy? Really? I haven't realized that those two were even together. They're like Antonia's friends. Dylan is a friend and Kelsey is a cousin, so these two got together. Interesting. But I was gonna say that Jessie's not really forming any like specifically friendships. She is introducing herself to a lot of people, not really chatting to one person that much one-on-one, but I guess doing anything more than just surface level conversations is a little bit intimidating, which is fair enough, so I'm not really gonna push it. It is past midnight though, so I think that you should be going home because you are feeling very awkward anyway, and you're exhausted. So we are back home almost at 1 a.m. Antonia does seem to be still awake, probably thinking, where is Jessie? She hasn't been home in like ages. What is happening? And meanwhile, Jessie is coming in, still like continuing to dance in a really great mood. I guess that nightclub mood didn't really go away yet because Jessie is still just absolutely loving it. Meanwhile, Antonia is just feeling bored and a little bit lonely, so she's gonna be asking Jessie like, hey, where were you? What's going on? Where were you? Maybe just do like a deep conversation. Literally, she is asking like, where were you? And Jessie's like, oh, I've been to this really cool nightclub. I had a lot of fun, but I didn't really think about bringing you because it didn't really seem like your vibe. And Antonia's like, oh, you went to a nightclub? Really? Well, I was alone the entire time. I really wanted to spend some time with you. And Jessie's not really seeing the problem in that. She's like, well, I was just out having fun. I don't need to ask your permission, which is true, but it kind of did break Antonia's heart. And Antonia is getting kind of angry, honestly, rightfully so. She did stay out of Jessie's way for like the entirety of them living here because she knew that Jessie never really got a chance to enjoy and have fun, but this nightclub really just was over the line of like Jessie not even thinking of inviting Antonia. They haven't talked in like 2 or 3 days at this point. They're mostly living like roommates, not like partners. Roommates who hate each other. They are not even talking. It's depressing. They're sleeping in the same bed and they're not even speaking to each other. It is a very awkward encounter and things seem to be spiraling in a pretty negative way because they are having some discussions that are kind of getting a little bit heated, and they both have some points that are good and also bad because Antonia is really trying to express how lonely she is feeling. She is trying to stay out of Jessie's way, but Jessie doesn't really have any compassion for that, and she's trying to make her point that they're finally living the life that they dreamed of, so why is Antonia in their way? They should kind of meet somewhere in the middle, although they are still in like early days of their relationship, really jumping deep in on living together immediately and still getting to know each other. It's all really a lot, and having this sort of argument that early in the relationship could really hurt their feelings and their relationship kind of permanently. And Antonia is definitely feeling a little bit heartbroken and thinking how unfair all of this is. She's trying to say that Jessie needs to be working on their relationship. It can't really be all one-sided. If you don't want to just start giving me some attention, you will have to, oh, you're going to sleep, you really want to avoid this, but no, you will have to put in some effort. And for now, I think I'm gonna make you do that by just taking a little break from us being romantic, because we haven't been romantic in ages anyway. So if you want me to stay, you will have to work for it. So they are now temporarily separated. Antonia will be staying, living on the ranch, because they do own all of this together with their funds together, so it wouldn't really make sense for Antonia to actually like move and just give everything to Jessie. So if Jessie wants things to work out, they will have to put in more effort into paying some attention to Antonia and giving her some love, which they can be doing by using this separation menu and maybe promising to change and apologizing, and then maybe they could give this relationship another try if both of them put in more work, but mostly Jessie, to be honest. But for now, we are just going to stop, send them both to sleep, I guess in the same bed, which is a little bit awkward. We'll see if they make things work in the next episode while also running the ranch, because they can't really neglect that, but they have been neglecting their relationship and it's obviously showing. But we'll see how all of that will work out in the next episode, which you can watch right here. And if the next episode is not out yet, here is something to watch while you wait, instead of just watching Bullseye run forever, because that is really chaotic. But I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!